Hey y'all, I'm Shayna and I'm back with a review for the Never Ever Met Season 2 reunion. I know I'm late. I gave a life update. My birthday had recently passed. I was supposed to go on a trip. I missed my cruise. A lot's going on. I'm still demonetized. So if you would like to donate, please feel free. My Cash App is $ShanaMcD. That's no underscore. I will put everything in the description. I went into detail as far as the missed trip and what I actually did on my birthday and what may be coming next on my channel, things of that nature. In my life update video that I just did. So I will put the link here. Please feel free to go ahead and check it out. If you're new, like, comment, share, subscribe, all the things. It's free 99 and it's appreciated. Let's get into it. This was underwhelming. Let me get my drink. Okay. It was underwhelming. If it was going to be this dry, they either could have kept this. Let me host the next time. Let me host so I can dig into it. Because I felt like the cast was almost controlling the narrative. Like Jay was doing a lot of the talking. No, I'm going to direct how this reunion goes. We only got one part to get into all the business. Okay. Nevertheless, we're here. I'm glad we got a reunion. Last season we didn't, so I'm glad we have a formal one. There was some recent drama. That's a good part about me being a little late. I got to see the after reunion drama that's currently happening today's date, present day. Like earlier today, Jay was blasting Sinko. Last week, Clay was putting Chris and Tati on blast. Like when I say this cast is trying to stretch out these last 5 minutes of fame for their dear, it's hanging on by the last thread, stretching it out for dear life. The 5 minutes is over. We don't care no more, but they finding a way to try to stay out there. Let me go ahead. I'm just going real quick to give a little context, because you know Jay and Sinko really wanted to be like that couple. Like they won, like as if they were winning money at the end. They didn't even give out a furniture card like they did last season. They literally got nothing at the end of this, just bragging rights. But they wanted to win that. They're competitive. But when it was all said and done, honey, ooh, child, let's get into it. Let's go to good old Instagram. Okay, are we good to go? We are. So let's go ahead and see what Jay had to say about her and Sinko. She said, this ninja lives in his daddy's basement and gets treated like a little boy because he broke. Shout out to Broke Edie on Real Housewives of Atlanta. But MFSA, he's the catch. Laughing my booty cheeks off. The F I look like going to the A. I saved his image because I know he needed the money. Washed up Hooper. Then she said, but I'm done. He ain't no saint. He messed with someone at the hotel they gave us a day before going into the house. And I have the video. So for the people saying Sinko is a great guy, he is a lying, broke, behind, dirty ninja with no income and bad hygiene. Now, Jay, you was sleeping with him every night and giving up the cootie cat. Okay. Not too much, sister. Okay. So I feel like, listen, you gave up the cat the first night knowing what his hygiene smelled like. Okay, you knew his living situation prior to, and yet you still gave up the goods and was bragging on him. You slept with him. We passed helping him out because he needs some money, sister. Okay, now let's move on and go on and get into it. So we start off with Alicia and Irvin. They were the first to go. And every time somebody's speaking, Jay is twisting her neck from side to side. And girl, what are you? Why do you have so much commentary? Matter of fact, see, this is why I got secondhand embarrassment for that little thing that you posted earlier, because you got so much to say about everybody else. She just as bad as Charlie, in my opinion, because you got so much to say about everybody else. Not too much and not too loud. Okay. Now them tables getting to turn round and round. Okay, round and around we go. And now all of a sudden you just trying to save face and just doing it for him because he needed the money. Girl, please. I do not believe OWN is paying like that. But anyway, Ty shouts out that Alicia is gaslighting Irvin. I wish y'all never learned that phrase, that term, that word. Ever since you mofos found out and heard gaslighting, y'all are overly using it. Like, normally I don't care. Even people's like, I don't like using narcissist, this and that, because people overly use it and they use it too much. I'm not the one that usually cares. I do not. I should have tightened the strap. Anywho, I am not the one who cares about that, typically, because I feel like if that's what you are, that's what you are. I'm not about to be flipping through no dictionary trying to find another word that better suits you. If you're a narcissist, that's what you are. I'm going to call you just that. But this gaslighting thing, I mean, y'all using it when it don't even apply. Like, don't go with the situation. Like, please. Ain't nobody seen therapists one time, heard a trigger word on TikTok, and now y'all, please. Somebody told me I was gaslighting them. Just because I don't agree with you don't mean I'm gaslighting you. Like, what are you saying? But anyway, it's just a little rant. Jay was saying something, child. I think she's a little male identified, but anyway, that's neither here nor there. Alicia explains why she said she didn't feel safe around Irvin, then try to tell him to come back, like, which made no sense. I personally, because Serrano was really on her about that, like, well, why would you tell him that and then expect for him to turn and to walk it back and come back around? No. Me personally, I did not like that she did that. Like, I didn't like that she kept saying things like, I don't feel safe. Like, she kept really using some strong language there where it's like, okay, like, where you feel afraid. And I would be packing my bags to leave if I felt that way. I wouldn't be asking nobody to come back nowhere. So that didn't make sense to me. Like, if you don't feel like it's a safe space where you can vent and speak, then you can explain that. But saying, like, I don't feel safe, like you're afraid, like, you got to kind of explain that there because people are going to take it the wrong way. Now, when he heard, I don't feel safe, I feel like he was well within his right to walk off and not come back. But she did apologize and said she should have, used another term. It is what it is. They ain't talking no more. Let's move on. Now, Tarana asks Irvin if he's still with that ex who he spun the block with. He claims that he is. They still together, going strong. Alicia feels like he's lying, as do I. I think he's lying as well. And Alicia says she's single and she's waiting for the right man. And she went into a whole tangent. Child, it's okay. You single, and there is nothing wrong with that at all. So we get into Clay and Tati's package and Clay's lies. Everyone feels like Clay played in Tati's face. And Chris chimes in and said, Tati is a gentle woman. Okay? She's soft-spoken. You can't be talking to her all rough. Now, was that a dig at Alexis? Was it just me that felt like, was that a little shade? Okay. So Clay and Alexis both been peeping that something may be going on between Tati and Chris. Chris is an attractive man. Tati's an attractive woman. But I just don't like how he was handling Alexis. Like, the way he painted the picture, and she was doing too much with that little painting exercise. But after that, she wasn't doing that. But anyway, Tarana asks if Tati was still dating because all this old stuff, it's like they rehashing it, but they ain't really getting to it. Like, they really ain't doing it for me. Tati says she got a roster. They feeding her pasta and lobster, okay? And Clay says he has a girlfriend. And Tati was like, oh, well, that's not what you told me yesterday. And then she said, is that sweat on your brow? And he's like, well, I'm big, so I'll be sweating. And we know that because he had his booty hanging out his jeans like he was a plumber. That's beside the point. I'm in agreement. But anyway, why was you talking to him yesterday, girl? And why did you feel the need to put that on blast? Like, I wouldn't even mention. Like, okay, and I would not care. Yes, I'm moving on with Chris. And what you going to? And so you dating your best friend or not, or whatever you got going on, having multiple children out here claiming you or you claiming them or whatever's going on allegedly, baby, I done moved on. Whoever I move on with is my business. Okay? Period. So we get to Ty and Britney. Ty said that he wanted the catering he was giving, he wanted it reciprocated. I don't think there's anything wrong with that because my ear just kick on when I'm in the middle of talking, but I'm not getting up. Let me talk louder so y'all can hear me. Hear me. Don't just ignore that. There's just background, a little white noise. So anyway, I do feel like she didn't reciprocate anything. I don't know what she I didn't see her do anything. They ain't show it. She was saying she set boundaries prior to coming into the house, stating that she didn't want him touching her. Period. Point blank in the period. And Tarana was on him like he needs to respect her boundaries. Like you made her feel uncomfortable. She didn't want you touching her. She said she didn't want you touching her before y'all got there, and she don't want you touching her when y'all got there. She didn't want you touching her then, during, after, now, tomorrow, next year, next month. Period. Britney said that he smacked her booty so hard her teeth clenched. I said, "Oh, girl, what you say to that?" And he was like, "And you liked it?" Obviously, she didn't, but okay. And Britney was also saying, "Well, I did reciprocate that energy because I ironed your clothes, girl." Now, you had this man running around making special breakfast, doing this, that, and other, and you ironed a t-shirt. But I guess she was like, "Look, don't be out here saying I did nothing." But I don't think, she just went into him, and she should have said that. Britney said that she was giving him pity pecks. When she kissed him, it was like a little peck, like a little, like how you would, kiss your little, I don't know, I guess your little nephew on the forehead or something like that, a little church pat, just so he could back up off her. But he wasn't picking up the hint. She wanted him to go away. Goodness, listen, they don't like each other. It didn't work. Like, next. Now, we do get to the Jay and Britt beef. And Jay said there was tension from day one because Britney came in there and walked right past her and was talking to Sinko. But I don't know, I guess when everybody first met, she met Sinko first because Jay wanted to be the dominant one and plan the first date for some reason. So maybe, there's that. And once Jay mentioned Sinko, Britney was like, "Oh, she's still worried about Sinko. Poor little Tink Tink." That didn't do what you thought it did. Like, that really didn't hit on nothing. Who she's supposed to be worrying about? That's who she came for. Like, that is her man on the show. Who else would she be worried about? That's exactly who she's supposed to be worrying about. What are you talking about? Girl, let's move on from them, please. So we see an unseen clip, very unnecessary, where Alexis was saying that she likes to watch man-on-man action on video format. I really wanted her bedroom business to stay in the bedroom. Like, I didn't need to know that. Could have gone my whole life never hearing that. What did that have to do with anything? But okay. I guess my sister said she had built up tension. She ain't getting nothing. So they play a game. And one of the questions was if you could switch partners, like who would it be and why? And another one was who got together after being on the show? Like, did they couple swap? And allegedly, Tati and Chris got something brewing. And possibly Brandon and Charlie. Now, Brandon and Charlie caught me off guard. Like, what is Brandon's type? Like, what are you into? What do you like? He said, "I ain't got no type." Okay, period. So, Jay and Sinko, during this time of filming the reunion, because we know it don't look like they're together now, but in this moment, it seems like they still claiming to be together because they wanted to make it all the way to the end. Y'all ain't getting no furniture card this season. They had to put that budget into the reunion. But anywho, They say they still together, and Jay said her son and her family love Sinko. Now, for you to be saying your son loves Sinko, and now you talking about he stink, girl, it's just crazy. It's wicked, like nasty work. Sinko is trying to play basketball overseas, and Jay brags, what I write? Oh, that's why it's good to knock the boots on the first night because it worked out for them. So that's why it's good to get out the way. That didn't age well. Taronda did ask if Sinko planned on marrying Jay. He said if things going like they going now, I don't know what all the discussion was about her moving to Atlanta, if he really does, and I don't know if he does or doesn't, but if he does live in his daddy basement, why did you think she was about to pack her son up and move there? Unless you thought that y'all was about to be splitting the bills. Like, what was the plan? What was the game plan? So Chris explained that when it comes to him and Alexis, he is not just a piece of meat. Taronda asked, well, why did you send an eggplant pic? And Chris said to prove that he's not lacking. Well, if she ain't getting nothing, what you need to prove that for? Like, that don't make no sense to me. Why do you need to prove anything to somebody you ain't giving none of the cookies to? Or the eggplant? Apparently something happened physically between them, and a few other people in the house saw it. It was very vague. It was all over the place. I didn't know what was going on, child. From what I can piece together, I think, and I don't know, but I think that Alexis was pleasuring him, and he was just not reciprocating. Alexis said that she had to reflect after they so-called left together. That must have been a producer thing, because them leaving together made absolutely no sense. It didn't then, and it don't now. But she said that basically in so many words, like, Chris wasn't her person. Like, she didn't like the way he was talking about her, and she didn't see it for him. So Alexis jokes that he can go on with Tati, and of course, Clay intervenes and was like, what's going on with you and Tati? What's going on with you and Tati, Chris? Sir, why do you care? You claim you have a girlfriend, and you have a whole bunch of kids running around, allegedly. Why do you care? Like, anyway. So Kiki's drinking comes up. And Jay was like, okay, but you clocking Kiki, but your waffle buddy, Brandon, who is Charlie, by the way, she was drunk more than Kiki, which is crazy because she kept talking about, I got to pump. I didn't see her pump after a while. I think she's so far gone and removed from that baby on that Similac. She ain't breastfeeding nobody. Stop it. But anyway, Brandon was like, okay, and I wasn't with my waffle buddy at the time. I wasn't with Charlie at the time. Emphasis on at the time. What you mean by that, Brandon? Elaborate. What's going on with that? What do you mean at the time? So what's going on present time? And then they was like, what you mean at the time? And then Taronda tried to swiftly move on. And that's why, girl, you can host during the season, but the reunion, no, ma'am. We staying on this. We ain't getting off of this. What's going on with you and Charlie? But anyway, Kiki tried to justify her line about living with her ex, who ain't really her ex, but whatever. And Alexis clocked it, rightfully so, and was like, what kind of best friend? You talking about that's your best friend, but what kind of best friend you got that you lying to? Like, now when it comes to everybody else, Alexis, girl, you're on point. When it comes to herself with Chris, girl, you was looking crazy. Nevertheless, Jared continues running game on Charlie and said, basically, good sex prolongs things, and that's why he let it drag. Charlie is like, look, because they were talking about the kids, and he was like, well, if you have one child, I would have tried to get you to come to South Carolina, this, that, and the other. And Charlie was like, I'm sick of this, like you, because she was like, do you have a problem with how many kids I have, or the fact that I lied? And he was like, both, which is a valid answer. But I do like that she finally called him out and was like, you lied too, Platts. You got these cornrows in your head and you must have forgot. You lied about a baby as well. You're not innocent. But she was like, I don't like how you acting like my kids is a burden. I don't ask no man to take care of my kids. I don't get no child support. And I take... Girl. No. Wrong road. This ain't it. First of all, you're not getting no child support and all that. It's like, that man don't want you. He don't care. And furthermore, how I said it before and I'll say it again. There's no way. She's not the only woman I've heard say this. This is like this. This is foolish. This makes no sense. How are you going to be with somebody long term? She was talking about moving this ninja into her house. How are you going to be seriously committed to somebody with younger children and think that the man is not going to be involved with those children? So he's just going to be walking around the house ignoring the kids? Help me to understand. Jared was like, look, when I thought you had one child, I would have still been trying to convince you and the child to move to South Carolina. And she's like, I can't because she has a dad. Well, Jared, why can't you move to Dallas? How involved are you with your children? Because he kept saying my son, but don't you have a daughter? Anywho. So we see a scene, an unseen scene, where Jared was basically saying that he's looking... I'm looking for the pros. Okay, he's looking for the garden tools. I don't know how anybody could watch this and want to get intimate with Jared. And if you do, whatever you get is on you. Okay? Because his game, I got show you his game. He got game. He's just telling me what I want to hear. His game is weak. It's awful. And you just choosing to fall for it because you want to. He ain't even, what do you see? Like, I'm not seeing it. I'm not hearing it. I don't know what it is. I just think it's Charlie's low self-esteem. And that's no dig at Charlie. It's just the truth. What is that noise? I hope y'all hear that beeping. Moving on. Charlie, please. So Jared was saying that, because they was like, how you talking about you don't want her one day when you calling her a soulmate the next? It's giving mixed signals. And he was like, because that's a soul I want to keep around. In other words, he want to keep smashing. But anyway, she's holding on to a little crumb of hope. Girl, I think you need to let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Jared was like, look, if you don't want to be my F buddy, and then let's start talking all together. Or it was something like that. I'm paraphrasing. It was something like that. And Charlie, I understand you got children, but you got to know your own worth. You having children shouldn't define you. Like, you talking about you don't need nobody to take care of your kids. You shouldn't let that have you out here looking desperate either. I would at this point go off for Brandon. Because Jared, honey, but she's still got feelings for him. And it's a shame. Anyway, y'all let me know what y'all thought about this season of the Never Ever Mets. Do you want a season 3? I do. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.